Campers, it's me, Ari Lee, the first Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. You're watching Horror Junkies 509. And remember, Jason never dies.
Yo, what's going on, fellow junkies? Horror Junkies 509, Kyle 13th coming at you again today, you guys, and I hope you're all out there, as you know, having an absolute killer Saturday. You know I am. I'm so glad it's finally the weekend. It's been a wild week, but a good week, still productive, still everything really good going on, you guys, and I'm really excited about spooky season just continuing, but, it just kind of changes form a little bit. It goes from, the Halloween spooky season on into the Thanksgiving spooky season. So I do a lot of the same exact stuff, but I just keep spooky season alive and just make it look a little bit different. Are you guys still out there watching some Halloween movies? I know I am, because there's a few of them that I didn't get to finish, so I'm still working on trying to finish some of the ones I missed, as well as doing some rewatches that I just feel like it. And, dipping a little bit into the, the Thanksgiving horror, the plethora that we have, wink, wink, of course. But you guys, like I always say, I try to keep spooky season rocking and rolling all year round, and so that is what this video is going to be all about. But we're going to go ahead and get into the new form, since it is going to be Thanksgiving in just a couple weeks. I got to start knocking some of this stuff out that I had planned. But I hope you guys are all out there having an absolute killer day. And you know what? Let's just get right into this, you guys. So, like I said just a little bit ago, I've been dipping into my, Thanksgiving horror movies, you guys, because it's the time of year for that. And, of course, it's a joke. We don't really have a plethora of Thanksgiving horror. But, one of the ones that I always watch, of course, we have the good old Blood Rage. If you guys haven't seen this, this is an 80s slasher that you cannot miss. Like, this is an absolute great 80s slasher that I feel like is getting more well-known, but, it still is not quite 100% there. But, I think it's definitely getting a lot more appreciation. But if I can bring it up and then more people watch it, I'm in. And just so you know, this Thanksgiving, it's not cranberry sauce. Just remember that if you have not seen this movie, and if you decide to watch it, definitely let me know what you think after you do. A couple other ones, that I do know of. So I do have this one called Home Sweet Home. This is very loosely based on Thanksgiving, but, it still, comes across as a Thanksgiving slasher. This one is absolute goofball. This is a bootleg. This does not have a legit release at this moment. I'm really, 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 really hoping that, Vinegar Syndrome or one of those guys is going to pick this one up real soon, because it's not a great slasher movie, but it's something I still watch and I still really enjoy. Like, there's this crazy character, he's got his face painted all white, run around with a guitar, just, like, running riffs all over the place, and they call him Mistake throughout the entire movie. But, it's got that little charm of a, low-budget slasher movies, but I still absolutely enjoy it. And, of course, if you guys have ever heard about these, you know them, you know all about them, and you probably refuse to watch them, or you've watched them, and you'll never do it again. And so that's going to be Thanksgiving 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Yeah, there is no 2, but these are really ridiculous puppet killer turkey movies. I have watched them both. These copies are sealed, but I have watched them both. But I knew I had to have them in the collection, whether I ever watch them again or not. They are completely goofball, completely ridiculous, have really no real merit in the world other than the fact that they're movies. And you know what? This is a great movie just to pop on, have some drinks with some friends. Don't watch these alone, because it's going to be absolutely no fun. Make it one of those nights where you get your friends together and just laugh and enjoy the movie, because there's nothing really redeeming about them. They're just a good time, and they're probably great to get drunk to. So Thanksgiving. But you guys already know it. We do have, finally a Thanksgiving horror movie that we've been wanting all these years, and that's, of course, Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. I absolutely love this movie. That's why I have 2 copies of it, because I just can't get enough of it. Me and Angelina watch this movie all the time. We don't wait for Thanksgiving on this one. We watch it all the time. We absolutely just love the Jersey. Like, it's John Carver, so we just love it. And, like, the kills in it, the killers in it, the killer. I got to make sure those are 2 different things. It's absolutely fun. I love the story. I love the whole setup. I'm really not going to give any spoilers away in this movie, because I really do want you guys to go watch it if you haven't already. We are expecting a sequel. It was supposed to come out this year, but they pushed it back. Hopefully we're still getting that. Hopefully it's not going anywhere, because I absolutely love this and I want to see this world grow. And yeah, this is the main one you have to watch. This one and Blood Rage are the top 2 for me when it comes to Thanksgiving. And if you guys know of any other Thanksgiving horror that I didn't mention, please let me know down in the comments, because in my head right now, I feel like I've missed one. And I'm going to kick myself because I know as soon as I upload the video, I'm going to think of it. And I hate that. But it is what it is. You know, when you start the camera, you got to go with what you know. And what you forgot, you'll just have to make up for it later. But, you know, going along with this horror thing, Thanksgiving horror, the Thanksgiving spooky season, I'm going to go ahead and review a few things from the Thanksgiving movie. So this is going to be a twofer for you today. For one of the things, I do have the Trick or Treat Studios John Carver mask. This is the traditional mask. They made this one and the melted mask. So you will get the melted mask later on. That's going to get a standalone video. But I also got the John Carver hat to go along with the mask. And so I didn't think the hat was necessary for its own video, so I was just going to add it to one of these videos. So I'm going to be reviewing these, in the holiday season of Thanksgiving spooky season. I'm going to review these guys, and let's go ahead and check them out and see if this is something you want to add to your collection, or if this is something you want to look at from a distance. You always can come back and watch this video again if you want to see it some more. But anyway, let's go ahead and get right into this. So we do have, the Trick or Treat Studios ticket. We got the logo right here. It does say Trick or Treat Studios logo, and it says Thanksgiving. Then we got a picture of the killer, John Carver, right here. It is ages 14 plus. Looking at the back, we do not have any names as far as, sculptors or anything like that. But I'm pretty sure this is just based off the movie sculpt, and because, Trick or Treat Studios is able to get those. But yeah, right there, I don't know if it'll come clear or not, but it just says John Carver. And on the back, it does say a mask should not be worn as a safety helmet. The things they have to put on these for safety regulations, it just cracks me up. And if you guys haven't seen my haunt video, you guys will hear all about the safety sponge, and the safety sponge is in this mask as well. But I think I've got my everything out on that one, so we'll just let it be this time. So let's go ahead and get this off the card, and let's check it out. Yeah, because I really have been enjoying it. We're getting these these vacuum form masks. I don't know if I said it yet, but so we got a nice another hard plastic mask. And so I love it that this is not going to get crunched, or if I misplace it and something lands on it, it's not going to get destroyed. I mean, obviously if you drop like a cartoon anvil on it, it's going to get destroyed. But, I don't have those laying around my house, so I think I'm good there. So let's go ahead and use the scissors to get this guy released off this card. Oh, of course, the middle one, I forgot. You think I'd be really good at removing these off the card by now after doing my haunt video where I did it 6 times in a row. And I do appreciate the card that they do. I think it's really nice. And my favorite thing is they put these, these rubbery ties around it so it doesn't chip paint. Back when they did the wires, sometimes you could get a mask and it'd be chipping paint. But this one looks really, really good. I'm really excited about that. So thank you, Trick or Treat Studios. I think you guys are doing an amazing job. Let's go ahead and check out this mask. I love the porcelain. It almost looks like a porcelain mask, but I assure you it's, it's plastic. And it does have the adjuster right here. So if you want it tighter, you want it looser, so this is going to be able to fit bigger heads if it needs be. But you know what? I really think they did a really great job on the paint up on this. I think they really captured the look of the mask in the movie. The dark color of the hair, that kind of gets a little bit lighter in the mustache and, kind of in the face. There's not really a lot of color in this mask, but, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. And, so it looks like we do have a really good strap here. And it looks like the straps could be removed. So if this breaks or anything, you can replace it. That's always good. We got our safety sponge. And that's really springy. That's a good safety sponge, guys. But, just looking at the overall sculpt, the paint up, I think they really did knock it out of the park. This is exactly, what you see in the movie. And, yeah, I'm really excited about this. So let's go ahead and try it on. And then we'll try it on again when we get the hat going. I think that's how we're going to go ahead and do that today. All right. I've been pretty excited about this. I've been holding on to these for a long while, but of course, this is when I want to review them, is in November. Oh, yeah. Not bad. There will be no leftovers. Settle down, children. Some of the other things he says in that movie. Oh, brother. You know, so actually, one thing I will say, you know, as far as the fit goes, so the strap is going to be fine. It's going to fit, you know, if you need to really extend this to make up for room for a bigger head. But where the strap goes into the mask, it does hit me kind of like right here. So that could be kind of uncomfortable if you have a larger head. So I think that's going to be something that, you know, it could be difficult for some wearers if they have a larger head. But you know what? These are not very expensive masks. I believe they're $20, give or take, a few bucks. Of course, plus shipping and all that stuff. But, you know, I think it's still well worth to have it in your collection, especially for just display purposes. But if you want to wear it and you do have a larger head, I do believe there is, you know, it's doable still. But just understand, like, you know, this will be what's going to kind of make it a little more uncomfortable for you. It's just going to sit right here on your cheekbones, essentially, because everyone's face is a little bit different. But the fit's good, and I am really happy they did the adjuster strap. So, you know, you can make it tighter, you can make it looser. I really think that's going to make this a lot better for a lot of, you know, everyone who wants to buy this mask. And so I think the mask, as far as the mold up, the paint up, you know, the fit, the safety sponge, I think it's all really well and good. I'm going to go ahead and give this a solid 9 out of 10 because you really can't improve on this one little bit. One thing I really kind of wish they would have done is like add a clip-on little mic, because like when he has like the little microphone in the movie, so it would be kind of cool to like have a little clip, and that you could removable, obviously, so you could have it or not have it. It's really up to you. But that would be really the only thing I could add to that, and that is 100% nitpicking, you guys. So this is a great mask. So honestly, this is a 10 out of 10. But you know what? Just to nitpick, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Solid mask, and everything looks really good. Like I said, hard plastic. You guys are not going to have an issue with this if you display it, or if you put it in storage, if it's a decoration, whatever it is, make it happen. All right, you guys. So this will come back, so don't have no fear. But let's go ahead and check out the Thanksgiving John Carver hat. You gotta love it when John Carver's in the house. So you go ahead and check this out. My buckle is a little bit, you know, cockeyed and stuff like that. For anybody else that bought the hat, let me know. Is your guys' straight? Is it cockeyed? Is mine, you know, malfunction? I'm kind of curious, because sometimes in the movie you can't really get a good look at it. Sometimes it looks like it might be cockeyed, so maybe this is 100% accurate. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Like, this doesn't really ruin the hat for me. Like, it is what it is. It's just a minor detail. It's not really even an annoyance. But if you just look at it, you know, you can tell it. But, you know, it's when you're looking for it, you know. It's one of those things. So, we still have the Trick or Treat Studios and Thanksgiving card. The hat, you still have to be 14 plus to buy, because this hat is dangerous, obviously. Let's see here. Does this have anything weird? This mask is not recommended for children under 14. This is not a mask. And it also has a mask should not be worn as a safety helmet. So this is not a helmet. So if we go on the back, we do have the John Carver hat. I really don't know if that even comes clear enough for you guys to read it. I really hope it does. But we also don't have like any names to call out on this either. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. Let's go ahead and clip the card off. So we can finally check this thing out. So now we got the card. And one other thing is we do have a plastic kind of mold thing. I might keep this even after, like, you know, I've reviewed it, just to make sure it helps keep its shape. I don't know if that'll be helpful or not helpful at all. I don't know. But, you know, it's just something I'm gonna keep just to be on the safe side. And like, this has been sitting around, so it's all black. So, you know, anything that gets on it stands out like a sore thumb. So that's cool. Let's go check out this hat, I guess. I have a feeling this is not going to fit around my head and the mask, but I guess, you know, we'll give it a try. So here's me just with the John Carver hat on. I can't even take myself seriously in this thing. But, you know, there it is. If you guys want to check it out, it's got a good, you know, good height to it, just like it does in the movie. This could be a little shorter than the one that's in the movie, but, you know, I think it's all good fun either way. But, you know, that's what it is. I think that the next time I do the melted mask, I'm going to do my intro, you know, with this one. So Horror Junkies 509, Kyle 13th coming at you again, just to make it more Thanksgiving-y, more Thanksgiving spooky season-y thing. Yeah. All right, you guys, but that is the hat. Whew. So we do have, some elastic in the brim, so this will help fit smaller heads. But as far as like anything bigger, I really don't think this is going to go too much bigger. Like, I can fit my thumbs on the side of this thing, so maybe like another ½ inch above me. Remember, I'm a little over a 23-inch head, so I really don't think this is going to fit much bigger heads. So just be wary of that. But I feel like you could probably get another, pilgrim hat on Amazon that might work just as good, if not 100% better. So I would say just because this one might not work out doesn't mean it's, game over. I mean, even with my Jeepers Creepers hat with my mask, they make one on Trick or Treat Studios, but it didn't fit, so I didn't buy that one. I went out and found some hippie hat with a flower on. I ripped the flower off and painted it up. And so just understand, there's other options out there. This doesn't have to be the end-all be-all. But, as far as the hat goes, I really don't know how to rate a hat, I guess. But, I feel like, it looks really good. I think it's all got everything that it needs to be. Like, this is going to kind of nerf it a little bit. So, as far as the hat goes, I'm just going to go ahead and give this a solid 8 out of 10. I really think they did a good job. I think with the hats, they really need to start making them bigger, especially ones that have to kind of go around a mask as well. Because they make it fit a head, but not a head with a mask, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the Kruger ones are the same exact way. But, I still think it's really looking good, and I still really enjoy it. Let me know if you guys need any other information on the hat or the mask. You guys know you can leave it in the comments, and I'll make sure I get back to you as soon as possible. But, okay, and the hat also gets a solid. And if I didn't do it, the mask also gets a solid. But let's see if we can put these together and make it fit. Like, I've been so curious about this because I know the hat is kind of tight. So we'll see if we can do this. I think the safety sponge is going to keep me from being able to do it because I need to compress it to make this even work. Let's see what we can do. Yeah. The hat's not going to go over my head and the mask. I'm kind of forcing it. As you can see, my eyes are kind of wonky as it is. Oh boy. So, I got it on. I've had to force it, but this is not a good fit. And this is definitely shoving those side pieces right into my cheekbones here. So, not comfortable, but I definitely got to make sure I show this to you. And it's pushing the mask away from my face a little bit. But you know me, Horror Junkies 509, we give you the information and we show you what it looks like on. Like, I don't think this hat will stay on me very well. Like, if I take out the safety sponge, this might work a little better. And we gotta have the axe. It looks good. I love the look, and I just wish my head was a little smaller. That's all. Or the hat was bigger. Ridiculous. Alrighty. So like I said, I might be, kind of looking at... My face is completely red from wearing this thing. I'd be interested to see if I take the safety sponge out, if I can make it fit a little bit better, so I wouldn't have to compress this so much. But you know what? I think it's a really good look. I really do enjoy the whole setup. I definitely am going to have to get like a... something for this to sit on so I can display it as such, because I think it looks great. It does what it does. It just doesn't quite fit me, but that looks good. I really enjoy it, and I definitely highly recommend these items if you guys want to get them. If you're a fan of the John Carver or you're a fan of the Thanksgiving movies, you definitely got to do it. I definitely think you need this. Sorry about that. Definitely recommend it, you guys. They both get an absolute solid... And I gave the mask a solid 9 out of 10. It honestly deserves a 10, but I'm going to go with a 9 out of 10. The hat gets a solid 8 out of 10 because of fit and a little wonky buckle. I probably should go a little bit lower, but, I'll just stick with an 8 for now. And, we can talk about it on the next episode or when I do the melted mask, because that'll be coming. I might do something in between, but, just to kind of, branch out, do a figure or something like that. Just depends on what it is. But that's going to do it for me. Horror Junkies 509, Kyle 13th, signing out just until next time, and you guys already know it. I've been sentenced to life. I am a horror lifer, and you guys have an absolute killer day. Thanksgiving spooky season is rolling, and just keep her going, because you know I will, and if you need a little bit of help to keep stay in the spirit, come back to Horror Junkies 509, and we always got something here for you. Stay bloody, and have an absolute killer day. Until Horror Junkies 509 rides again.